Will Smith is a name that relishes a lot of cheering. Congratulations in order. Awards won. But also a name associated with many a vanity project that has met its downfall. Many a project that he has tried to salvage. And then there's whatever the hell this movie is.
Ever since After Earth, Will Smith's streak for, making movies sell based on his name has kind of ended. Like, where he's been in quite a lot of movies that haven't exactly been great, let's just say.
He seems to be finally getting out of that hole with stuff like Spies and, of all things, a third Bad Boys movie, so there's that. But we're here to look at the latest in his string of flops here. Like, poor Will Smith. Okay, now, I won't deny, After Earth was probably a lot his fault. Not that M. Night Shyamalan helped, but I digress.
Well, it was his vanity project for the sake of forcing his son on us. So yeah, it was. He was the primary culprit. He wrote the story and was the producer. Shyamalan was writing to co-write and direct, yes, but Will Smith was the one in charge. So yeah.
So I guess every movie after then has kind of been his karma for that movie then, including After Earth's failure.
And look at that. 7 years later, nobody gives a crap about Jaden Smith. So,
but it gets even better. This movie was something that by all means should have been a slam dunk because it's directed by a man who actually is fit for the job here, Ang Lee.
Yes, Ang Lee, an incredibly talented filmmaker who keeps doing this very best to prove me otherwise.
Like, okay, Hulk 2003 was one thing, that clearly was not something that suited him. But this movie, from what I've heard, this movie is something that actually should have been in his wheelhouse, should have been a slam dunk. But by God, this movie actually possibly has worse critical reception than Hulk 2003. What the hell happened? Well, for instance, folks, here's another running trend of ours. It's time for another, not quite black box script, but it's another script that sort of stayed in the oven way back. This time, it was a script written in 1997. And was brought back over 20 years in development hell. Jesus Christ. In fact, several people have been attached to this movie. There were several directors, including Tony Scott, Curtis Hanson, and Joe Carnahan. And they also had numerous actors like Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, even freaking Sean Connery was at some point attached to this movie.
Yeah,
what do we have in the end?
Gemini Man.
Yes, in the end, what we have is admittedly an interesting concept. It's Will Smith versus Will Smith with high-octane de-aging technology. Like Avatar, this was a movie that sort of was supposed to be made earlier, but got held on the back burner because the effects at the time weren't, shall we say, as keen as they are nowadays.
Yeah.
But unlike Avatar, this movie was a giant box office bomb.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the de-aging of Smith is one of the mixed responses here. That, along with a very high frame rate of 120 frames per second, Jesus Christ, it reportedly made quite a lot of people sick while watching the movie, which discouraged others from seeing it.
Well,
Are
yeah.
you sure it was because of the high frame rate, or was the movie so bad it caused?
Considering how bad the frame,
it's a mix of both.
Considering how laughably bad the 48 FPS of The Hobbit was, I cannot even begin to imagine how 120 FPS on this bloody thing feels like. And again, the sad part about this whole shenanigans is that I cannot properly explain to people why this is a problem because, you have to go to theaters to watch it like this.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, whereas Hobbit may have gotten some complaints with Gemini Man, it was one of the things that killed the movie in finances. Oh, don't get me wrong. The movie was apparently bad in and of itself, but the frame rate version apparently made people actively sick while watching the movie. There you go, folks. It's a movie so bad, it can make you sick from watching it.
Well, The Hobbit, there were also some complaints about that, but from what I can tell, not as much as this, considering the frame rate is like, 4 times as fast? Because movies don't need a higher frame rate. Where is this need even coming from?
Like,
Now, fortunately, we don't have to worry about the high frame rate of this movie. We can just concentrate on the quality. Well, or lack thereof in this case. But anyway, let's go on with the movie. We'll talk about more about its troubled development hell as we go along.
Yep.
Start before Paramount logo. Jova, countdown, please.
3, 2, 1, click.
I mean, they've
From
released
what I-
3D Blu-rays. Can't they release high frame rate Blu-rays as well?
Oh God, no.
I wonder, or I wonder if they. Yeah, they
I
probably.
mean,
could do that.
I mean, if 3D Blu-rays are a possibility, high frame rate Blu-rays shouldn't be an issue either. I mean, there's
So what? We're going to have a challenge in the future where which one of us can vomit on commentary first?
So let's see. So this movie involves Paramount Pictures and Skydance Studios. Been a while since we've heard from them.
yes, basically everybody. Apparently, one single studio.
Joe Bruckheimer.
Yes,
What
apparently.
are you doing here?
Yes, apparently everybody. One single studio was not capable of making a movie this bad alone. It took four.
Yep, that's right.
Four movie studios working together. Paramount, Jerry Bruckheimer, Skydance, Faux Sun Pictures, and Alabama Pictures, all working together to bring you this
Wait,
motion
hold
picture event.
Wait, hold on. That's not 4. That's 5.
Oh, is it 5? Well, on Paramount, Jerry Bruckheimer,
Paramount.
Faux Sun. Oh, you're right, it's 5. Holy shit. 5 studios brought
With
this
our
to us.
powers combined, we will make the Captain Planet a bad movie.
I know, right? Like, seriously, it took 5 studios to bring this thing to theaters.
So, our movie starts off in good old Belgium.
Well,
Liège,
Belgium?
specifically.
Okay. And weird place to start. I thought this was like an American
Boy.
movie. Whatever.
Boy, the sequel to Murder on the Orient Express is quite interesting.
Wow, young. Wow, wow. Shyamalan is looking very young nowadays, isn't he? Oh, okay. So this is the younger Will Smith. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's a shot for the 3D. Okay.
Wait. This
what?
movie was in 3D.
Yes. Well,
Why did the aspect? Okay. Was that huge black bit at the top just then? Was it was that something getting in the way, or is it another one of those films where the aspect ratio constantly changes every 5 seconds?
I don't even
Oh
know.
God, I hope not. So was this one of those movies that's clearly made for 3D, but when it's not in 3D, looks.
Well, yeah, like back when 3D was all the rage in theaters, a lot of blockbuster movies had moments where they would throw shit at the camera, just to, the 3D effect was very gimmicky.
Oh! Trust me, guys. I swear this movie was trying to break the record for the most formats to release in. Here's what format it was released in: 2D, standard 3D, Dolby Cinema, 4DX, IMAX 3D, Screen X, high frame rate, 3D plus.
Wait, so high frame rate was actually one of the versions. It wasn't even a consistent in
What
the
does
theaters.
3D plus even mean? Also, young Will Smith. Okay, I will say this: the de-aging effects look fine. Yeah, it does look like Will Smith from the early 2000s.
I don't think this is de-aged Will Smith yet.
Pedro, I got something to tell you. That's supposed to be older Will Smith. Yes, he has aged rather remarkably.
Oh yes. Huh.
Oh, don't worry.
De-aged Will Smith is not till later.
You can tell the difference because de-aged Will Smith doesn't have the beard.
How old is Will Smith by now?
Let me see.
Okay, now that you tell me,
He was 50 at this point.
now that you told me that I'm paying more attention, yeah, now I can see what you mean. Yeah, I can see that it's.
Who was he shooting just then?
Target. Will Smith is 51 now, by the way.
Okay. So he's a hitman, I'm guessing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
A professional hitman. He is Henry Brogan.
Yes, you moron. Delete it. That's evidence, you moron. You don't leave evidence. Ugh. Oh, great. This is gonna be his annoying comedy relief sidekick, isn't it? Great. I thought this trope died in the mid 2000s, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, Pedro, this film script was in development hell since the late 90s.
Yeah, true. There you go. I can see now. Yeah, because it's kind of like in Keanu Reeves' Constantine movie where he has that annoying Shia LaBeouf sidekick that's annoying as hell.
Oh,
All right. Let's. I'll address the writing. Okay. The original idea for this movie came in 1997 from Darren Lemke, who recently has done stuff such as Shrek Forever After, among other movies like the Goosebumps, the first movie, which I did like, and he also co-wrote Shazam, which came out the same year, which I also liked. The rest of the movies I haven't seen. However, in the development hell time since then, the script was constantly being rewritten by others to the point where by the time that the finished film came out, it bore little if any resemblance to his original script. The other credited writers are Billy Ray, who wrote stuff like Captain Phillips and Color of Night, and David Benioff, mostly known for being the co-creator, showrunner of Game of Thrones.
Anyway, so might as well sum up what
this film coincided with the release of the final series of Game of Thrones.
Oh, goody.
Wow. So might as well sum up what happened. Our protagonist, Henry Brogram, played by Will Smith here, is an exceptional assassin who works for the Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA, and yeah, they are actually a real organization here. He's a professional assassin who works with them. He was supposed to assassinate that guy on the train. However, because of that young girl who was approaching the target, he had to delay his shot, which ended with him shooting the man in the neck, despite aiming for his head, which has delusioned him with killing, and now he's in retirement here.
Okay, so apparently he almost hit that 6-year-old girl from the train? Is that what he's saying? This is your 72nd kill?
I guess it was the 72nd kill
Wait,
that found the...
oh my god, really? We're doing the Last of Us Part 2 thing? It's only at the 72 kill mark that I start feeling guilty about seriously?
And that's why he retired. Wait, oh my
god. So if he stopped at 71, it would be fine. But 72? Now that's going too far. Like, come on. Seriously.
Also, are we seriously doing this again? The whole, this guy who works for the government is going into retirement, but something's about to pull him out of retirement.
Okay, do these writers who write stuff like this, do they not realize that desensitizing?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, what are you doing
What are you doing here?
I'm guessing she's a good actress who deserves better.
I'm sorry, I tried.
Did 12 Cloverfield Lane not pay enough or something?
I'm sorry, I tried to find Mr. Abrams to give me another shot, but I somehow ended up here. But anyway, seriously, do writers like these guys and Neil Druckmann not understand that are they not aware of the concept of desensitized? Desensitized. Seriously, when a guy has spent years killing people, he gets desensitized, meaning it starts becoming a routine for him, and the whole "oh my god, what have I be? Oh my god, I've killed a person" thing just wears off. Okay,
maybe. Yeah, I mean, okay,
10 Cloverfield Lane. Sorry, not 12.
Maybe it would make more sense if he decides to quit because he traumatized the girl, but the movie hasn't mentioned anything about that, so maybe it's because he shot him in the neck instead of shooting him in the head, but that's kind of asinine. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, I think I've noticed another problem with this movie. Half the time, I could barely hear what the actors are saying.
Fortunately, I have subtitles.
Mine doesn't.
I don't get movies like this that have the people talk rather lowly so that we can barely
this happened in Hulk 2003 as well. Is this a common thing with Ang Lee?
No, it's not. Life of Pi doesn't have this problem. Neither does Crushing Tiger Hidden Dragon. Neither does Brokeback Mountain. I don't understand what the fuck. We really need to watch Life of Pi at some point, just so I can actually, prove to you guys how Langley is much better than this. You want to talk about visually stunning films and good use of 3D? Life of Pi was actually a good example of that.
Oh boy, here we go. Am I supposed to?
Dun dun dun.
So the guy he was supposed to kill was innocent.
Oh, okay, so now we're doing Beyond Two Souls. Don't you see, Jova? He wasn't a warlord. He was the democratically elected president.
Oh God. This film's script took so long to get into production that video games from David Cage were doing the plots during this time.
Oh, okay, I get it. So because he shot him through the neck, he didn't die, but was taken into custody, I guess?
Okay, I am not a doctor, but okay. Considering he was in a train, so obviously he didn't have anybody there to give him any kind of medical, surgical care to remove the bullet. I'm honestly telling me that it was possible for that old guy to survive a bullet to the neck? I find that incredibly hard to believe.
Dribs, is that what the movie's trying to tell us?
Apparently.
Okay, then.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to survive that, but considering the guy didn't have an hospital nearby, I'm pretty sure by the time they would be able to get him to some kind of help, he would have been killed. It's the fucking neck, for crying out loud. Yeah, I love you, brother.
Yeah, you took a real risk of meeting you in person and everything.
So is Jack gonna get killed?
Apparently. Okay, so they're planning to kill him or something, whatever.
To cover it up?
Maybe, I don't know.
Can you emote, please? You sound like a robot.
Don't you see, we're the big bad government. We don't show emotion.
Seriously, it's like this guy sounds like he's on tranquilizers.
That's an incredibly inappropriate thing to say.
Oh, wait. Okay. Turns out I was a bit mistaken. Apparently the man that Henry's going to see, Yuri, wasn't the guy who got killed by getting shot in the neck, but apparently an informant who knows of the deception about this guy who got killed being innocent. So the guy is apparently still dead. Why does it feel like I need to look up a synopsis to get what's going on in this movie?
Okay, as for the uncredited rewriters of this movie, at least according to Wikipedia, this film, believe it or not, has uncredited writers. It has, Billy Ray, as mentioned, and David Benioff, the ones that were credited. But there was also Brian Helgeland, Jonathan Hensley, Stephen J. Ravelli, and Christopher Wilkinson, and Andrew Nichol.
Oh, snap. Is he being tracked?
Great, Andrew Nichol. Because
I mean, to be fair, he was like one of 30 rewriters.
Mm.
Ha.
Because, when it comes to dancing, we use anagrams all the time, don't we?
Does this need to be happening right now?
The dialogue in this movie is... Ugh.
I guess the idea is that he thinks that she was the one who planted whatever that is on his boat.
I love this quote from TV Tropes is kind of summing up the script so far. Many critics were incredulous that in the decades it took for the special effects that made filming the script possible to be invented, apparently not one single person ever thought that maybe that the script could use some work.
Well, apparently 30 people did. It's just the problem is that, you know, there were way too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, I mean, I say 30 is like an exaggeration, but it sure feels like 30.
It's gonna be a fake out, isn't it? You know, this movie's off to a pretty slow start, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sure, we
It's
figured...
an action movie.
Well, it's
So
well, I'm assuming it's supposedly trying to flesh out the characters to make you care. The problem is that it's not doing a good job.
What we have is an assassin who just, out of the blue, quit being an assassin. Some girl who may or may not be DIA. And also... some plot about the last guy he killed possibly being innocent. And now the government that hired him, well, the DIA, wanting to do away with him.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'll need that alcohol to get through this movie. But yeah, again, poor Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She was in this movie that released in October 2019. Like, then barely 4 months later, she was in Birds of Prey.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, even Will Smith saying sorry about that.
Perfect timing, isn't it? I should specifically say that I, along with a lot of other people, actually didn't bother seeing this movie in cinemas.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't think there were any cinemas near me that had it in 120 FPS, and quite frankly, I can't imagine what that'd be like.
Trust me, Dibs, like 48 is already too much.
Yeah.
This whole idea of a higher frame rate movie makes no sense to me. What's the point?
I really don't get it.
I mean, what next? Are we going to have 200 FPS?
Whoa.
Also, this is apparently...
Okay, these are weird edits, but whatever.
This is apparently going to be a Disney movie at one point.
Huh.
Really?
But Skydance bought the rights from them in 2016 because I guess Disney got fed up of waiting for the effects to get better.
Okay, now that one was smoother. Like, seriously, those earlier edits during this conversation were just like, you know, they felt like they were done like jump cuts. Like, it was so weird.
Believe it or not, this one only has one editor, and it's actually a regular of Ang Lee's for directing. I mean,
okay.
Uh-oh, there may be danger afoot.
What makes you think there's...
There you go.
No, not
Jack.
guy.
not
Jack
that.
and his mistress were killed. Oh boy, let me guess. Henry has daddy issues.
Oh, great. We totally needed that, apparently.
Maybe this will play a part in the movie?
No, Uncle Phil, no.
You know, Biodome did this kind of thing as a joke. It was a terrible joke, but it was meant to be for comedy. So you're ripping stuff off Biodome of all movies.
Yeah.
And this film's script. Bear in mind, the film's script started a year after Biodome came out.
Huh.
Okay,
so it's literally.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that maybe what happens is that he's gonna have to, he's gonna go on a revenge quest to avenge Jack or something. I don't know.
Oh, hey, it's a spotter from earlier.
Yeah. In hindsight, I probably should have told you should have forced you to delete that thing.
Oh, snap.
Oh, and the annoying psychic is dead already. Okay, cool.
Pretty much right down.
So it's like Transformers 4 now, where the annoying comic relief psychic gets killed.
Yeah, the problem is that T.J. Miller in that movie was actually funny, unlike the ones in the previous movies. That's the sad part. You finally get... okay, yes, okay. Okay, people hate our comic reliefs, so we're just gonna kill them in the new movie. Well, okay, but it doesn't work if your comic relief is actually funny this time.
I'm sorry. Did you seriously just say that? It's not gun time. It's coffee time. Did you just think that was going to catch on, Ang Lee?
I get the... well, actually, Ang Lee didn't write this,
Ang Lee didn't write this film, to be fair. He was
okay.
I brought him on because Paramount were desperate for someone to just make this at this point.
I get the feeling Ang really needed a paycheck to pay his bills, and he was available, so Paramount just got him to finish this movie by this point. But anyway... just a fin Jova. I get the feeling that sounded a lot cooler in the writers' heads. So
yeah. Feeling the call of the sea.
Oh my god, this dialogue.
What is up with these one-liners? They are so terrible. And not even just 90s terrible. They're like horrible, cliche terrible.
Hell, when Aaron Kruger is doing better one-liners than you probably should pick a different line of work. My face is my warrant.
My god, I don't know what it is, but the action here feels pretty terrible.
From what I understand, Ang Lee's spiel isn't action.
Except he made Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, though. So
yeah, so shouldn't he have been able to work with this?
I guess he got rusty because that was 16 years ago.
I guess.
Like, talk about a fall from grace.
Hmm.
Can the camera please stay still for a bit? Jesus, I can only imagine how much this must have made people sick if this was in 120 frames per second.
Yeah, you can tell me in 5 minutes minus your teeth.
Well, good thing to know that she beat the crap out of the killer. It's a good thing the killer was a moron, but whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so, I guess we're just gonna move on from that.
You know what this feels like? An Arnold Schwarzenegger movie back in the 90s or 80s. It has the typical format. Dude works for the government, goes into retirement, but then people try and come and kill him, brings him out of retirement, lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, the problem is that this movie takes itself completely seriously. So
yeah, seriously. This should have gone for a Commando sort of vibe. Wait, you've never had anyone try to kill you before, yet you've been... Okay, maybe you're in one of the safer jobs in the military, but... My God.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character is a DIA agent and was a Navy veteran.
So she's never had anyone try and kill her in those lines of work.
All right. Boat, row. Well, actually, no, the row your boat joke doesn't work here.
Well, I mean, that's Star Trek 5 is a Paramount movie as well, same as this. So
All right. Now what? Oh, right, the big bad government. Yeah.
It's like watching the Hindenburg crash into the Titanic.
Evil British people are. Oh, and of course, he even has an umbrella because, of course, he does. Like, well,
so
why
we've
don't?
got so we're back with Stern Commander and Mr. Monotone over here.
I mean, okay, so he's British. He has an umbrella. Why don't you give him a twirling mustache and a top hat while you're at it? Like,
I guess they didn't want to be too cliche.
just a bit cliche.
Oh God!
Didn't we already have this conversation before?
Oh, but don't you see, Pedro? Now he's taking business into his own hands now.
Why are you using your umbrella? It's not even raining.
Is it?
It doesn't look like it's raining. I don't see any rain.
Right, never mind. It is raining. I see some raindrops.
Okay, but it was like I only saw like one raindrop. Is that even worth opening your umbrella? Whatever.
Maybe they should have probably gotten a rainier scene.
Dubs, is it common? Is it common for in jolly old London for people to go around with their umbrellas open even if it's not raining?
No, but as I was going to say, this wasn't the first time Ang Lee tried to make a movie at 120 FPS.
Oh, great.
His last movie tried that as well, Billy Lynn's Long Half-Time Walk.
Wait. So you're saying that the 120 frames was an Ang Lee idea?
Apparently, yes.
Dang. I mean, I just don't see the point of 120 frames per second. Like,
there is no
real
point.
Life...
Just like there is no point in 3D. Like, it's just like it's nothing but a gimmick to put on the poster to get dumb masses to go see it, I guess.
Like, okay, at least with 3D, I can sort of get it because it does add another dimension which can make you look at movies in a different way. Granted, yes, 3D tends to be used as a cheap gimmick, but there are some rare occasions where it can be actually used well. But raising the frame rate just doesn't seem to really help anything. It's not a video game, so it doesn't necessarily make it more fluid. If anything, it just makes stuff more of a pain to watch.
For as much as this movie marketed itself on being Will Smith versus Will Smith, like the younger Will Smith doesn't even seem to be in this movie most of the time. Like, seriously, like they're taking so long to get things going. Yes, Dubs?
This guy here, who's this guy?
This is the Baron.
He's an Asian guy.
He's played by Benedict Wong.
Great.
He's a former Marine colleague of Henry's, and he's now a skilled pilot.
Mr. Wong. Is that everybody?
What? You wanted more?
Anyway, Benedict Wong, he was in The Martian as well. The Martian is awesome. What the hell happened?
Because those bills aren't going to pay themselves now, are they?
It says
and
something...
he's got a stable role in the MCU. What? He plays Wong.
Wait, hold on.
Strangers in.
Wait, what? What has this got to do with anything?
Where the hell did clothing come from? I know that's part of the I know it was part of the marketing of the posters, but you still got to make it natural in the story. This just comes the fuck out of nowhere.
Don't you see, guys?
I'm more bothered by the fact that we suddenly cut to this father talking to his son about him sucking at science class. What does that got to do with anything?
It's just a way to show that, hey, he's a father with a disgruntled kid, and that's totally necessary.
I guess that's better than just giving him a name, but...
Whoa, sudden yelling.
Yeah, I think Will is starting to get pissed off at the fact that this movie's not going anywhere. Gemini.
A Project Gemini.
Also, that woman's name, Jen Lasseter. Okay, very. So there you go. The female equivalent of John Lasseter's name, it seems, Jen Lasseter. Interesting.
Oh snap! It turns out he was working for Clay Verris, and that's a bad thing because
Who the hell is Clay Verris?
He's the British guy, the
Oh.
ruthless director of Gemini.
Oh, okay. The guy
Okay,
the guy who always uses an umbrella.
Here's the problem with the movie.
Was that meant to be in the original script? Was that meant to be like some sort of developed revelation near the end? But like the script got shredded and they stuck it back together, and that became near the beginning.
It certainly feels like it because the way he says that name, Clay Verris, it feels like we're supposed to know about this guy. But what do we, the audience, actually know about Clay Verris other than that he's a British git who's rude and runs Gemini?
And how does Will Smith even know anything about Clay Verris? Like, oh, never mind. He hired him before. Sorry.
I guess Clay Verris is infamous. Help me out here, Dwight. The movie's not doing a good job explaining.
Yeah, me and you both, Will. Me and you both. Pescaderia, blah, blah, blah. The fishing place, that's all you need. The fishing market.
Clay Verris, he's played by Clive
and now,
Owen.
And Benvinda Colombia. Welcome to Colombia.
He's played by Clive Owen, aka he was in Sin City.
Huh.
And
Nice.
Children of Men.
Not bad.
So, honey, do you have any actual purpose in this movie? Are you here to be the love interest or something? Like,
No. She's here to be the person who he tells exposition to.
Okay then.
I don't know if I should consider that clever or not, but okay, framing device.
No, at least Ariadne in Inception actually had a role in the team. She was the one designing the dreams. Just saying.
What, were you reborn after your death? Yeah, that face says it all.
Not just that, I love how she has absolutely nothing to contribute to anything in these conversations. It's like Jova said, she's just here to listen.
Was Mary Elizabeth Winstead just like, maybe this is how they pitched the script to her, or maybe this is what she was her reaction?
You just stand there and listen to Will rabble and ramble. There you go. That's your role.
Yeah. Just sit there.
Easiest paycheck of my career. Oh, and now football. Okay.
Get it? Because one of our characters in the movie, in this scene, is British, and they would be British like.
Well, actually, it's because this is Colombia. Remember, Drip, South America is fucking crazy for football. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Not
English football, I guess.
South America. No. Trust me, Dwibs. Trust me, Dwibs. Like Brazil, like if you don't like football, you're not Brazilian. It's that simple. Like football in Brazil is more than just a sport. It's practically a religion.
Pretty much. You know, the last time you told somebody to get somewhere safe, it didn't end well for them, just saying.
Well, apparently we're in Colombia right now.
Well, yeah, we even had a big building saying "Welcome to Colombia," so I'm assuming so.
She just doesn't know what she doesn't know. What do you even mean by that?
I don't even.
This dialogue just rolls off the tongue.
I know, right? Like it's just. Was this script even written by a human? I'm starting to think this script was written by a computer. You see, the humans failed, so Paramount decided to get a machine to write the script. Yeah. And
if 10 people couldn't make this script work, a computer can.
And that's why this script feels like it was written by a non-human entity. Like,
Pretty much. Like, seriously though, no wonder people hated this movie. It's so incoherent that you can't really have a good experience watching it. Unless you somehow have the mind of a computer.
Okay, to be fair, I have a basic sense of what the plot is right now. A basic one, not entire, but a basic one. It's mostly the dialogue that's just so bad, and the movie does a terrible job in making the characters interesting. So it's just one of those cases of a movie. Like, again, like if it took itself less seriously, it would be better. But no, this movie again, it's like Salt, you know.
Oh god, yeah.
I mean, listen to the score even. It's from Lord Balfe, and
well, remember, Drebs, Lauren Balfe is kind of that composer.
Oh snap!
Oh snap!
Well, remember, Drebs, Lauren Balfe is kind of that composer who loves to try really hard to have super serious scores. So
Don't you see, guys? He knew he shot him, but then he realized that the sniper looks like younger him.
Let's not forget his score for Beyond Two Souls, Drebs.
So here we go, about 35 minutes in, and we finally get the reveal of younger Will Smith.
Now that Hans Zimmer is back to making kids movie scores, I guess Lauren Balfe has decided to take his previous role of being the bois guy of the industry. Well, Lauren Balfe is Hans Zimmer's pupil, so.
Well, Hans Zimmer has a lot of pupils.
Oh, really? It's usually Lauren Balfe who's mostly associated with him. So
John Powell was working with him at one point.
Oh, I'm guessing that's the actual younger Will Smith that's there, and that's why they're taking a long time to reveal him, maybe.
Oh, well, it's like I said, he had a clear shot, but he chose not to when he realized that, oh my god, it looks like him. Yeah, he says it right there. He could have killed him.
No, he doesn't.
He really doesn't. Like, I know Will Smith's in his 50s, but you gotta admit, the man looks pretty fine for his age.
No, he does. He looks pretty fine. But I mean, you can tell there's some white hairs in his beard, but that's all really.
Wow, he literally tennis balled the grenade back towards.
That was more funny than anything else.
Yes. So, okay, so apparently one of the main bouts of criticism was the de-aging technology. I'm a bit unclear as to what people didn't like about it. I think it looks fine. Dibs.
Well, we haven't actually gotten a good look at younger Will Smith to properly judge that. I would wait until we actually get a proper frontal shot of it so we can see it better.
Fair enough.
I mean, by this point, the aging effects have come a long way. I mean, the de-aging. There was a recent movie that also did that. Which one was it? I forgot which one it was.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5, I guess.
I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know.
That one also had de-aging.
I don't remember that film having de-aging.
Remember, didn't they de-age like Jack Sparrow in that movie?
I don't know. I remember there was a recent movie that I saw that had de-aging as well. Which one was it?
This scene is
also
okay.
So far the most interesting thing about this movie is the graffiti.
Okay, Ang, I get what you're trying to do. You know, this action, all this action takes place in one continuous shot. Great, but that's about it.
Well, to be fair, it's better shot than some of the previous ones, I guess. Oh yeah, I remember. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel had the de-aging effects on Nick Fury, and those look great. So,
Clark Gregg's ones I thought were a bit.
I mean, of all the problems that movie had, the de-aging effects were not one of them, if you ask me. The young Samuel L. Jackson looked perfectly fine and
Wow.
believable.
Yeah, he looked fine. It's just the other one I thought was a bit off.
Clark Greggs.
Clark Greggs.
Look at how covert Gemini are.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if this was Men in Black and you had to neuralize all these people.
Pretty much. Like, I get that they're trying to capture him by all costs or kill him by all costs, but wasn't Gemini supposed to be a covert operation?
Yeah, and do you know what was, in terms of this movie's box office, do you know what was even more embarrassing for this movie?
What?
Other than that, it cost 138 to make and only made 173 million. It was released along with another film,
And now it
called
became a
Jexy,
first-person
but I'm
shooter
not
there
sure
for a
about that
bit.
one. It released alongside the Addams Family movie, which cost a lot less to make and made more at the box office.
Well, that movie is actually good. Yeah, eat meat and people.
Aha! Motorcycle foo and
What I mean is, this is supposed to be a very serious movie for serious people, and yet it gets outperformed by the Addams Family.
This is the kind of movie that that segment from Yokai Watch was parroting.
What?
What? No movie, no. I don't care how strong Will Smith is. He cannot use his hands and literally lift himself up in the air like that. That doesn't work.
Not only that, he literally took a motorcycle wheel to the face.
But don't you see, guys? Secret agents are trained.
Shouldn't
survive
he?
stuff like that.
Shouldn't that have knocked him out?
It's
No. What the? Okay. Never mind. Physics went off the fucking door. I guess.
It's like in the Marine where John Cena
look at
survives a
that.
whole bunch of. It's like in the Marine where John Cena survives a whole bunch of explosions.
The physics. Okay. Dubs, it
So
seems.
how?
Well, Dubs, it seems now we're operating on Grand Theft Auto physics. I guess.
Also, how the hell did he vanish out of nowhere, just leaving behind his hat?
Policia Nacional.
National Police, I'm guessing.
Very good, Shova.
We're in Colombia, so they're gonna speak Spanish.
Yeah. Don't worry. Just like in Elysium, I'm here in case you need me to translate.
Thank you very much. If this film ends up in Brazil, you can translate the Portuguese for us.
Well, obviously that would be no problem at all. So.
Wow, that happened.
So wait, he got arrested, but then he got released.
So let me get.
So what was the point of him being arrested?
The movie needed more.
But guys, Danny did something. She got him out of jail.
Why would you need padding? This film isn't even 2 hours.
And once again, she has absolutely nothing to contribute to this conversation. She's just here to be the exposition dump.
It's 107. This film's not even 2 hours. It's 117 minutes. So padding's the worst thing you could do right now. What?
Are you actually? Hey, honey, are you actually going to say something? Like, seriously, did the writers even forget that this character even exists when they were writing the script?
Well, they remembered her for
rewriting it.
Well, they remembered her for when she needed to bust him out of jail.
Why are we singing jazz music?
Because...
It's so that we can have a more lighthearted moment.
I'm sorry. Okay, you kind of have light-hearted moments in an otherwise serious...
Oh my god, she spoke!
That just felt more like bloody Whiplash. Never mind that. How did your face survive being hit by a tire?
Well, the same way I managed to survive nearly getting my crotch run in by that motorcycle. I am literally a Looney Tune.
You were just wearing the magical plot armor, aren't you?
Yeah. Like, seriously, though,
Sorry,
Hang
Will.
on. Mary Elizabeth Winstead didn't get hit by a tire, and yet she's more scratched than Will Smith is.
Sorry,
oh
Will.
my god, yeah, he cleans up pretty nicely after that battering.
I'm sorry, Will, but Jim Carrey recently reclaimed his role as the human Looney Tune. So
True, yeah.
Yeah, like 5 months later. 4 months, sorry.
Brilliant! Fucking brilliant!
Hey, Pedro, you know where I want to take you? Scotland.
You'll find plenty of Scottish people there, I'm sure. Oh my god. This script is so awful.
I don't even. I officially cannot. Sorry, Jova. I cannot anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry, but people can't anymore.
Go to Hungary and you'll find Hungarians.
I cannot anymore. I literally cannot. Dwibs, tell me if I can.
You can, Pedro. There's barely over an hour left of movie.
Okay, so here he is in all his glory, young Will Smith.
Oh, so this is the young one? Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to tell. One older one has a beard, the other one doesn't.
Basically, younger Will Smith is meant to look like how he
All
did.
right, so the back looks fine. Okay, let's see. We're gonna get the first proper good shot, hopefully, so we'll be able to properly see. Okay, from the side it looks fine as well. Let's see. Yeah, it does look like. Yeah, it pretty much looks like early 2000s Will Smith, really. Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah. I think he looks good. What do you think, Dwibs?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot worse.
Wonder why this was one of the things that got out.
Maybe the eyes are a bit off, but I mean, other than that, I think it's fine. Wait, was the Hungarian bit a reference to that Paramount was one of Paramount's founders was a Hungarian?
Dubs, you're reading too deep into this, Dubs.
What?
What? Overcome what exactly?
This movie?
The wiggy feeling he mentioned. No, he literally said it felt wiggy.
It felt wiggy. What does that mean? Yeah, that's okay. Oh well, this is kind of sucks. Okay, you hungry? Oh yeah, sure. Okay, bowl of cereal then. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm going to the pub after this because I can't take it anymore.
It's like if I'm sitting here, Dubs, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm feeling so lost. And then Dubs answers, "Hey, you want to grab something to eat? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Let's go."
Oh, look at that! He raised young.
This is revolution.
You know, this movie.
We will not. No, we will dethrone the guys at Paramount who greenlit this movie.
So I guess Gemini are in to put an end to this revolution that went on. Also, there was that photo at the end showing that Clive has apparently raised young Will Smith as his own son. Oh, how quirky! He's eating ice cream.
He's eating ice cream.
Is the movie revolting against itself?
Oh,
wait,
it's all an exercise.
Okay,
Duh.
virtual exercise thingy.
See, it's all a simulation where everyone's an amazing actor, Jesus Christ. Like, I get that you want to have your simulations be realistic, but you even got in the screaming civilians and everything.
Well, to be fair, I guess the best way to prepare for battle is, a simulation that's as accurate as possible.
Kudos to that, I guess. So, I guess Gemini, this will be his team for hunting down Henry Brogan.
So is he the only clone in this story?
I don't know.
Can you tell how much I care from the sound of my voice?
Is this like this actor's his main tendency, Dwibs?
I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen.
Oh, speaking of Hungary, we're in Budapest.
Although I do remember the acting being very solid in Sin City.
Yeah.
Tell me, Dwebs, are there a lot of English people over there?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's like cramming the age now, where apparently every mundane thing is interesting.
Whoa, I guess that's the end of that scene.
It was to establish her getting stuff in motion, I guess.
Yeah, that scene was very important, though. We need to see how she bought some items, otherwise we'll assume she just magically
Dun. Wait, how did you figure this out?
Wait, what was that? Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, okay, never mind. They tested the DNA between the baseball cap of younger Wasp of this one, and they had the same DNA. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, they're clones, yes, so...
This is where we get the revelation.
We know they're clones.
Well...
Okay, that's the thing. When Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character isn't doing nothing, she's stating the fucking obvious.
Wow, this script just has everything. Incomprehensible dialogue here and there, wonky dialogue, and dialogue that states the painfully obvious, all rolled into one long script.
But yeah, and a lot of these actors are trying their damnedest, bless them. Even Mr. Monotone.
Oh,
And
get
yet,
it?
and yet they're being hampered by the poor dialogue.
Get it, guys? They could have cloned Nelson Mandela. Well, Nelson Mandela couldn't have killed a man. Get it? It's the whole humanity only wants to weaponize everything.
That's
they
not
get
even
their
a good
hands on.
example.
I guess it's still better than cloning Hitler, I guess.
Nelson Mandela is a very legendary good read. What would cloning him do?
I don't know. Oh yes, you are pretty crappy secret agent.
Can you talk any louder for being secret agents? You might as well be like, hey, do you know I'm a secret agent?
It's like I say, when you get down to it, the more popular a secret agent is, the crappier a secret agent they are when you get down to it.
Yeah, I mean, they're even worse than James Bond.
Down to business, very American.
I'm totally not Russian stereotype.
Although I am stereotyping you.
As we do in Mother Russia. Oh. Ah, so apparently the guy he killed was the one in charge of the cloning project, and I guess to tiny loose ends, Clay Varys had the DIA hire Brogan to kill him. Aw, isn't that nice? So Clayverse raised the clone as his own son to make him the perfect killer.
So, okay.
Connect the dots.
Oh my god, clone mass production. This is very, very scarily close to becoming a Jackal story.
Oh my god, Clone Saga. Basic Clone Saga, Dwibs. That's all you need to know. I'll explain a bit later after this scene.
What do you think, Dwibs, of the idea of a villain throwing Spider-Man into a big chamber full of Spider-Man clones, ready to kill him?
I mean, that sounds pretty awesome.
If by awesome you mean incredibly cartoonishly silly and impossible to take seriously, as the comic wants us to, sure, I guess.
So essentially, Dormov wanted to make proper clones, but Varys wants clones that can be controlled, ones that are more villainous and more aimed to kill and all that.
See, the thing is, Dwibs, here's the thing. That plot that I just described, the comic expects you to take this 100% seriously. So, yeah.
So that's just your answer to how you know everything. You're a big fan. That's totally not cop-out writing. Ah! Get it? Get it? He's 51 because Will Smith is currently 51. He's the mirror you don't want. Oh my god. Okay, I get it.
That doesn't even make any sense. That line doesn't even make sense in this context. Okay, up until this point, Will Smith has showed no signs, of having some kind of, okay. Maybe it's because of his regret, because now that I killed 72 people, this is too far. 71 was fine, but so now the idea is that his younger one, this movie's stupid.
Don't you see, Pedro? The younger you. He's the mirror of your past that you don't want to look into. So you have to face him head on. I guess that's code for something.
What the hell kind of passphrase was that?
Look, I just had to think up on the fly, okay?
Why not just say a simple one-word code word like Ladybug or something?
Because that's not what they taught us in the Sniper Academy. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, actually, no, it's not family reunion. It's more like self-reunion, if that makes any sense.
Again, why do I get the feeling that something is going to go wrong with this exchange?
Well, we still have one more hour of movie, so yeah, obviously this is not going to go as planned.
Fresh 3 months after this movie, Bad Boys for Life released.
Thank God.
And that was a much better, Will Smith movie, along with Martin Lawrence. And bear in mind that film. Bear in mind that film had
Wait,
had
what?
almost as long development cycle as this film.
You know, Will Smith seems to be doing rather relatively fine with the fact that there's a younger clone of him after him. I would think he would have been something more of a screaming wreck, but I guess, he has to handle stuff under pressure well.
Well, never mind. I was right. She's also here to be the love interest. Okay, fine.
Oh, really? We're doing this now?
Yep. He was just saying that. You have to be careful. You have to get out of here because you might distract him or something. They're like, why? Are you saying that you're attracted to? Because why? Because I know his taste. He's like, wait, you mean you're attracted to me? No, but my younger self might be.
Ah.
So
Okay.
yeah. So I guess I'm just supposed to,
Do something and hopefully not get in trouble so Will Smith has to save you again.
Yeah, this bear in mind, Winstead
snap.
was in bloody A Good Day to Die Hard. The theatrical version, at least.
Whoop.
Hey, Elizabeth. Now let me tell you this story about how I became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
What was with that weird camera zoom in shot for dramatic effect?
Because Ang Lee wants to zoom. Yeah, that's the thing though. So far, all the Ang Lee films I've watched was with you guys, and all of them have been shit.
Mm-hmm. I guess this is his pattern. Make a good movie, make a bad movie. Make a good movie, make a bad movie.
Oh God.
Don't you see the
Yeah, it's too late to bring up the bad dialogue now.
Let me double check real quick on the. Look at my kingdom! I was finally there. Sit on my. What?
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 He asked her to strip down to make sure she doesn't have any weapons on her.
Oh, and look at that. He's very awkward about this, of
Oh,
course.
get it? Because he's a younger guy. He's been raised to be a good boy.
Yeah, she's like, oh God, I don't believe this.
Oh, get it? He's looking, but we, the audience, can't see it in full.
Why, do you think she's hiding weapons in her bra or something? Like, I mean...
that would be in a bloody comedy movie.
Well, Pedro, he just had to pat down there to make sure.
She's not going to be hiding guns in her hair.
Yes, caution has kept me alive.
Yeah, but what can she hide in her hair? A mini trip mine or something?
Maybe he was checking her bra for grenades as well.
Or I don't know, her panties for a mouse trap.
What?
I mean, this film's already ridiculous enough, even though it's not supposed to be a comedy. So why not go that far?
Well, that happened. Don't you get it? So, I guess that was the movie's attempt at slight comedy. Younger killer Will Smith, while a severe killer, is also a bit of an awkward boy because he was raised to be a good boy. How adorable. Oh God, she's trying to be clever now.
You're talking to an assassin. Sounds like you're supposed to be an agent.
I guess this is her being snarky. Aw, he's got a big heart like you.
You barely know this version of.
How do you... Lady, with all due intents and purposes, just because he's a clone doesn't mean he was raised the same way as Brogan. What is even your thought pattern here?
There is no thought pattern. It makes no sense. Remember, Joba, this was written in the 90s, and that's a nice cliche of the... Like, it's kind of like in Lost in Space. Forget logic. Act with your heart. Again, so that thought of reasoning, Jova, is a remnant of the 90s roots of this script.
Did Book of Henry also have that problem?
Surprisingly, no. No, Jova. Instead, it has a kid. Instead, it has a kid who can somehow predict the very slight movements that his mom will make somehow. But
seriously?
But that's a topic for another day.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're gonna go down into the catacombs, I guess. Where are we here again? I kind of got lost.
Oh, because apparently, this is where he and Will Smith, older Will Smith, Henry Brogan, are going to have a little square down because he was told to come here.
Uh-huh.
He literally set up a tripwire. Thank you. Yes, by all means. Tell us everything about their stats, Winstead. Thank you. Uh-oh. But that's a lie. Hey, Pedro, I think we've got a liar reveal plot coming.
Oh, great.
Albeit, it's more so the hero getting... Sorry, the bad guy's lying to the other bad guy as well, but...
Well, in that case, I guess it doesn't really count now, does it? Because villains lie to the heroes all the time.
Fair enough, yeah, but it's pretty obvious at this point now, though, that it's clear that this guy is being set up on the wrong path.
So you're telling me, Jova, that the British monotone guy who constantly walks around with an umbrella turned out to be a bad guy?
I'm afraid it would seem so. Dun dun dun!
Yes, Will, he looks exactly like you. Can we move past that point now?
We really gotta milk these scenes with Will Smith versus Will Smith for all we've got.
I guess.
Well, I literally have to make sure you can actually do something. You didn't check her mouth for a possible bug? Oh, snap. He raised the two similarly. This is a revelation, I think? What?
What? Who the hell sneezes 4 times?
Like, I sneezed a lot of times, but I've never, like, done it remotely for the same number of times each time. Okay, why the hell did you clone this guy? If he has all these problems, was it really worth cloning him?
Not just that.
I always sneeze 4 times. Really?
Okay, I had to wonder, was it really that wise to clone Henry Brogram? This guy sounds like he has a lot of problems going for him.
There.
Look at me, dummy! Look at him!
Dummy.
Yes! State it out because the audience didn't get it before. Shut up.
Don't tell us shut up. You haven't got any power over her right now. He's put your clothes pointing a gun at you.
Get it? He's not as mature. Oh. What?
What?
What does that matter?
Still a virgin.
What? Movie, I'm trying to take you seriously. When you say clearly childish stuff like that, you lose me.
Do you really need to be so harsh when you talk to him, Will? Come on.
This isn't the late 90s when you originally wrote this. This released in 2019.
And of course, everything's gone sideways.
Even by 90 scripts, this is just out there. Like, seriously.
It's not so much that it's mean-spirited, but the writing is so hokey. Like, Jesus.
So yeah, we finally have our Will Smith versus Will Smith fight.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were very useful in that fight, Miss Winston. Okay, I don't. She lasted like 2 seconds.
Okay, now can you do something?
You see, I mean, Birds of Prey was shit, but at least Winston's character got to do more in that movie than get kicked about.
Oh, Will Smith is literally telling her not to shoot him. He is actively telling her not to do anything. This may be one of the most useless characters ever in a movie. Okay.
And yeah, I know these characters have names, but they're so uninteresting, I just call them by their actors.
This just looks silly. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Lorne. I know you're trying, mate, but you cannot make a moment like that serious.
He is literally attacking him with a bone.
Imagine trying to watch this at 120 FPS.
Oh God. Wow, he has an incredibly strong neck.
So are you gonna shoot him or what?
You
Why-
idiot!
Why did you jump
in with the
in?
gun?
What? You realize that gun probably doesn't work now because of it's wet. The gunpowder is whatever.
Oh.
Fuck it.
Oh, apparently it does work.
Fine, whatever.
I guess it's a very specially made gun. I'm not you! What is this, a Persona game? I will return!
Well, if you're not his clone, then what are you then? Is there going to be another plot twist that he's a secret hidden twin or something?
Oh, that would be stupid. Like, they've already gone to the point of cloning thing. If they were to literally go, oh, actually it wasn't clones after all, that would be that would be an absolute grave pit for this movie to fall into. So that scene.
So what exactly did we accomplish from the last, I don't know, 15 minutes exactly?
We've established that the clone has a bout of cloning blues, and he's obviously being tricked by Clavera, stuff that we probably could have inferred for ourselves, but I digress.
I mean, we got the possible foreshadowing that it might not be a clones after all, I guess, but
Oh, snap. Now we're going to Georgia, where Varys is.
shouldn't we have gone there to begin with?
Why didn't we? Oh, that poor kid.
And yet Will Smith still looks less beat up than Winston.
Maybe he just heals incredibly fast, and that's why they cloned him.
It's Wolverine now, as he's got the healing factor.
Get it? Because he has insomnia as well. Like, Jesus. Like, shouldn't the idea have been to, like, clone the guy without the flaws that he has?
Hold on, let me check something real quick.
He literally has a shotgun on the wall display.
Just to make sure.
Okay, how did he get there ahead of them?
It's like the Emperor's New Groove now. How did you get here before?
No. No. I was trying to see if I was trying to see if the melanin in African human skin has some kind of resistance to physical damage, but no, it's only for radiation and protects DNA better, it seems. So no. So no, you can even throw the that excuse either. Like Will Smith doesn't look beat up because I guess they forgot to make him to put the makeup on. I don't know.
And yet they remembered it for Winston.
Huh.
So congratulations, Joe. According to what I'm saying here, you have superior protection against ultraviolet radiation. So that means that if you happen to get into an accident with gamma rays, you might not turn into the Hulk. You should be fine, hopefully.
Pregnancy. This Starbucks just random.
Blah 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 blah. You shouldn't have made
So
me. It
it-
was a
so-
crime against humanity.
So it actually is a clone. Okay. They
Yep.
want. So hold on. If you believe what older Will was telling you, why did you?
Maybe that line earlier was just him not believing it, or saying he's like, I'm the superior one, I'm the original.
I think the problem is that we literally go from a scene of him denying it to now a scene of him going, okay, yeah, I get that I'm a clone. Like, I think of all the scenes that could have deserved stuff, maybe it's him figuring out for sure that he's a clone.
I'm starting to think this is starting to turn into the first Pokemon movie. We clones were created with powers far beyond the originals.
What? That's his code name, Junior. Oh God. He's literally so the menacing bad guy is called Junior. Yes, I'm totally loving. Well, you did a crappy job at it because apparently he has all the problems that Henry does.
Also, I gotta say, Clive Owen's American accent is very good.
Wait. He's trying to put on an American accent?
Yeah, Clive Owen is actually British. He's from Coventry.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be a Brit in this movie. He's supposed to be an American?
Yeah, his character is a former Force Marine. That's a branch of the U.S. military.
Good God. He's not even trying.
No.
Oh, I totally love you, son. I'm totally not manipulating you whatsoever so we can pad out this movie some more.
Like seriously, and not to mention, young Will Smith is kind of a crybaby. Like seriously, he's always.
I mean, he's 23.
I guess the idea is that
but
I guess the idea is that he's. I guess the idea is that he's been more sheltered and, more loving and nurtured, and he's less mature, but he's still a sweetheart boy.
I guess I'm just not.
Thank you for that image of Wong kissing a plane movie.
I guess I'm more used to Will Smith being the badass.
plays a magician in the MCU, and yet this is here he's kissing airplanes.
That's a good point, though, Pedro, about Will Smith usually playing more a badass, but I guess the idea is that younger Will Smith isn't as... Oh, shoot. Oh, snap. So he literally gets taken down by bee venom. Well, gee, it's almost like he's trying to kill him, Danny. Wow, so we're barely into the third act, and already he's pretty much at death's door now, thanks to bee venom. What? So you try to kill him, but now you help him live? What?
Wow, now
Oh, okay. He had to be sure.
Sure of what?
that they're the same person. This.
Who else looks like Will Smith?
That's his stunt double,
Other than the clone, obviously.
His stunt double.
Stunt double. Well, I mean, they did have another actor on set for when Will Smith played the older one. Can you use it as a reference point for someone to bounce off of?
Uh-huh. Oh, so that's how they've been finding him everywhere. He was microchipped. Would have been nice to have known that beforehand, but hey, might as well get as much information as we can out now. Okay, so
I guess we're
Junior's on our side now.
I guess we're allies now. Okay, fine.
That was very. So yeah, he went from poisoning him to hailing him, and now they're well, not buddies exactly, but
Just so he can make sure.
yeah. That's the thing that you don't worry, Jova. It's common to do things that might kill some people in order to make sure. I mean,
Totally,
I mean,
yeah.
hell, recently when I wanted to know,
They're trying to do
when I
humor
wanted to-
now.
when I wanted to know one of my friends was who they said they were, I stabbed them just to make sure. Isn't that common, Jova?
Totally.
And Pedro, isn't that a thing you do to
Sure.
make sure that they're exactly what they are? Hypothetical example.
Look at what I've become.
Yeah.
But what exactly? Are you sure you're not just projecting?
He is. He totally is. That's the whole idea. He wants young Will to not make the same mistake he did, basically.
It's like, and by the way, if next time you think of an idea involving a father and son getting lost in the desert and the father gets injured so he has to send the son off to get help, do not twist and warp it into a weird space flick.
All right, that was funny. I'll admit.
Yeah.
What was?
What was your name? I'm sorry. What was your name again? It's always been Junior, Clay Junior, and then old Will is like, well, there's another reason to quit. So there you
Get
go.
a better name.
I mean, this movie can very, 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 very occasionally have the occasional good line. But
Well, actually, that's the honest. As far as I'm concerned, that's the first intentionally funny line, whereas all the comedy previously was all unintentional because of how bad the writing is.
Yeah, we're going to Hungary. Where do we find in Hungary? Hungarians. Stuff like that.
Just remember to remind me that if I'm on fire, I probably might die if I don't put it out.
It's about as dumb as the well, actually, Joe, since we were talking about it again, it's about as much of a no duh as the big moral of Book of Harry. If your child asks you to kill somebody, don't do it.
Guys, no! Benedict Wong's character is dead!
Seriously?
Okay. Whatever.
He got
Moving on.
randomly blown up by a rocket launcher.
This game has a lot this movie has a lot in common with The Last of Us Part 2. Characters get killed randomly and without any kind of fanfare.
Seriously, he is so obviously British.
Whatever. I mean, he's evil, so I just
He's
assume
supposed to be American.
he's evil. Well, he's evil, so I just assumed he was supposed to be British.
But apparently he's supposed to be American in the story. Good God.
Oh shit, that turned. Okay, so now we take out that turret, man.
Ugh.
I wish I was playing Gears of War right now.
Jesus, that gun's powerful.
Yeah, welcome to our playthrough of Shoot Everything.
Gears of Gemini.
Gemini of War.
I wonder what that slowed down bit would have looked like in 120 frames per second.
It will make you wonder why they slowed it down in the first place.
All right, time for the shooting section. Okay, so now we're doing the 80s action movie trope, where all the mooks don't properly shoot.
Like, seriously, those whoops are wearing body armor, and they're losing to the two unarmored folk. Like, I get that Will Smith's an incredibly great assassin, and Danny, I guess, has had experience, even though she
Look at
claims
that.
she's never had a case where anyone's tried to kill her.
Wow, this turned guy has such horrible aim.
All right, son, I brought you into this world, and I can take you out by biting your arm.
Uh-huh.
So, I guess this is supposed to be the climax?
I guess. Why does... I have tried to make you a man, I say as
I am a Gemini man!
I should have cloned myself. Yeah, maybe you should have.
Okay.
Hell are you on about?
Make my day.
Be a man. But no, he's better than that.
I am no assassin.
Do it, you immortal fuck.
Gotta make that last one count.
So, are we a couple yet? Or whatever.
Kind of unclear.
I never got any chemistry from it, to be honest.
Me neither.
Well, it hasn't stopped writers from trying to still ship characters before, so...
True.
I mean, Lois Lane and Clark Kent have no chemistry in the Snyderverse, and that didn't stop Snyder from still force-feeding that stupid bathtub scene, so... Drill Master.
Oh, snap.
Drill!
I'm sorry, I know this is meant to be a tense action scene, but all I want is to buy a drill master.
Hey, Junior did it! But wait, there's like 24 minutes left.
So what exactly is the rest of this movie?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess we're gonna fight the rest of the guys.
No, Varys is taken out, but he's still alive. There may be a future for you yet. Wait,
Okay.
you just left him on the roof without any restraint?
Oh, okay. Who's that? Oh, never mind. It's one of his assassins. Okay.
So the final boss is random.
Oh my
Luke?
god, ah!
The final boss is this really weird Splinter Cell fan character.
Huh.
Hello?
Sorry. Not a ninja, sorry, because ninjas are meant to be stealthy.
Hello, I just been promoted to final boss.
So it would seem.
Yeah, who the hell are you?
Aang, Lee, you do know that for us to care about the final boss, it needs to be something of an established character in front, right?
I mean, look at Scarface, the '80s one. I mean, they
Look.
established the guy who would ultimately pull one over on our main character. You know, they set him up throughout most of the movie.
Look, I already need. Look. With this script, there was just no saving it. Okay, I'm just trying my best to make this at the very least somewhat entertaining.
Apparently, this guy can also just shrug off being burned as well. Probably thanks to that vest. Seriously, who is this guy?
I don't even know who or care.
Okay, how flame resistant is
fire.
that suit?
Dear Lord, ugh, this is still going. Jesus. What the hell?
Oh my god.
Let me guess. Will Smith punches him. Please, punch him.
Okay, seriously. Not everything looks cool just because it's in slow-mo.
Well, that
Okay,
that happened. That happened.
Mask reveal.
It's Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins.
Oh my god, it's
And I would have got
Oh
no.
my
Will
god!
Smith again.
Damn. Oh my god, this one is even younger. I think. So this is Fresh Prince Will Smith.
Holy crap. What an amazing reveal to literally show up out of nowhere. What? So
Let me tell you how I became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean,
So I guess the reveal is that he's been making loads of clones of Brogan.
so this is literally a Jackal movie.
Yeah, this is he feels no pain apparently.
The Will Smith clone saga.
Oh god. Well, obviously, Will has to raise this one as well to be right, like he's doing for Junior, right?
So what's this guy's name? Is he Junior's Junior? Oh, never mind. He's dead, apparently.
Wow, that was kind of
Well,
anticlimactic.
that was absolutely not much of a pointless revelation, wasn't it?
Oh, time to give my big villain speech.
I just kept thinking to myself, how many Will Smiths can I stuff into an action movie?
Are you okay? Really?
Wait, what? Cop? Who the hell is that?
Oh, apparently a location. You should be flattered that I took your DNA and cloned you. You know, you could have at least asked for his permission. Just saying. Don't you just want to play God so that we can create the perfect soldiers who don't feel fear or pain, guys? Oh boy. So let me get this straight. This guy has been acting.
So basically, this guy's entire plan is, you see, Will, why should anyone have to deal with the fact that people die if we can just create a clone, and there you go.
Like, here's the. So this guy's been acting so stereotypically evil, and yet now at the last minute they try to make him nuanced by saying, "Oh, he's just doing this so families won't have to suffer loss with their soldiers being sent to war and all that crap." Totally, yeah, totally, yeah.
Totally.
Yep, convinced.
Don't do that. Only villains do that.
No. Remember, Will, it's only when you reach death number 72. Wasn't that what you said at the beginning of this movie?
I guess now he's implying that being an assassin in general now is what screws him up. Oh, let me guess. I'll be the one to kill him because my life is already down the toilet.
There you go.
Yep.
Good job, Jova.
So, yeah, that happened. I'm sure you won't have any ghosts whatsoever, even though you were literally in the same room as I killed another man and you're pretty much me, but no, because you weren't the one who pulled the trigger, you won't have those ghosts. Totally.
Positively.
Yeah.
Good God, this movie is
Oh,
stupid.
and this was the Coca-Cola.
There you go. Coca-Cola.
What about Junior? Which means no sequels. Thank God. She did? Because Janet kind of fell off the plot of this movie and, like...
Yeah.
I mean, where did she just vanished.
Yeah.
Like nearly over halfway through the.
I guess it is that Janet wanted to solve this peacefully, and a lot of the bad stuff was mainly Clay Barris, but Janet really didn't do much for the whole "she earned it" line.
No.
Now everything is happy. 6 months later.
So what happened? Did the young Will go back to college or something?
Yes.
Are we a couple yet? I don't know. Oh boy, she got promoted.
Yeah, she's now super special agent.
Let me guess, you already... Oh, for a moment there, for a moment there, I thought you was going to say you already did, and then it pointed to Junior, or something. That would have been such a big cliche.
So basically, he was out scattering Baron's ashes because, yeah, Wong's dead.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
no.
He did indeed go back to college.
And now he
Yeah.
can
And then
live out
and
his
then
life
and then
properly.
and then later he's gonna get in trouble with some gangsters, and he's gonna be sent to Bel-Air, where he's gonna be raised by Uncle Phil and Viv. So
Of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Aw, how sweet. Wait, what did we accomplish, really? We killed a man.
so what is his new name?
Cute. What are you, his dad? Well, I guess you kind of are in a weird way. What are you, his parents?
Apparently,
Well, not Winston's.
yep. This is basically
Is this the rest of the movie? Just goofy hijinks?
Goofy family banter.
Yeah, I mean, we've had people be blown up earlier.
Dude, you don't have to fight all of his battles. To just let him figure out who he is.
Yep, 90s movie, alright, with that kind of...
Huh, weird. The face
You're this, I'm this.
weird. The face in this scene seems to be lower in quality compared to some of the rest of the movie. Like seriously, I mean,
Does it look worse in daylight?
I don't know. Maybe it looks worse in daylight because up until this point in the movie, young Will's face looked fine, but in that shot, it looked off. Weird. Just end the movie. No one cares. Thank you. Jesus.
Wait, is there like 10 minutes of credits? Jesus.
Apparently. Let me see if there's any other credit scenes.
Couldn't they think of an ending? So
The movie
Just
doesn't end.
slow
Yeah, the movie doesn't even end. It just stops. No, there's no after credit scenes. It's literally 10 minutes of credits. So,
Jesus Christ.
well,
Oh,
that
boy.
was a thing, I guess.
That was bad. Okay, it's not the worst thing we've commentated on, but
I will give it this. It's fascinatingly bad because it is kind of a fascinating train wreck.
it is definitely very fascinating. All right, change. I'll go first with my final thoughts. Yeah, this is a fascinating train wreck. Like, okay, I'll start with some positives here. I honestly feel that the de-aging effects, for the most part, look good. Although I'll admit, near the end of the film, they sort of go down in quality. There was literally one funny joke that I can remember. Maybe there were others, but the only one I can remember is the one that Will had with his younger counterpart in the van about quitting so that he could get a better name.
That's the only intentionally funny line. The rest of the comedy was unintentional. But it's still comedy, I guess.
I guess if I wanted to be technical, I did get a lot of laughs out of how bad the movie was, but that's not really an intentional positive there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for positives here. Now for everything else. The writing is so hokey. When it's not being flat out stupid, it's being pretentious. When it's not being flat out pretentious, it's stating the painfully obvious. And when it's not stating the painfully obvious, the dialogue is so incoherent and stupid that I literally just have to laugh at it because it is that bad. The story is cliched in a lot of places here and there, taking some of the worst of the 90s and 80s stuff, but without any of the fun, unfortunately. I'm sorry, the actors are clearly trying, except for Clive's actor, because he's supposed to play an American, but he doesn't sound one iota like an American.
I can detect a bit of an accent, but his British one keeps creeping in there.
Exactly. And besides, he acts like a stereotypical British bad guy while he's at it. Jesus Christ. I mean, so many plot points come and go. Benedict Wong's character was literally there to be one of the best friends who dies, which is funny because we already had the best friend dies thing with Will Smith's spotter near the beginning of the movie. So, yeah, there's that. The music. God, I'm sorry, but I forgot there was even a score at times. The music feels like it has so little presence. It's so weak. And yeah, sometimes it is trying, but it's not really that engaging. The action scenes, a lot of times, are shot very terribly. Now, there is that occasional bit where, yeah, it's nice that you do stuff in one shot here and there, but sometimes it gets silly. And speaking of silly, a lot of the physics don't make sense, especially where Will literally takes a motorcycle to the head and gets brutalized over several cars, and yet somehow ends up looking pretty fine after the scene ends. Amazingly so. It's like, it feels like the script needed a script doctor, and they needed a good editor who could, spot those inconsistencies. Ugh, God. Like I said, the dialogue is so hokey here. A lot of these lines, you have to rewind and go, wait, did I hear that right? But yes, you did. It's that stupid. Oh, golly Christ. I get, they wanted to make this idea work because the effects weren't ready back then. Well, the end result is a Frankenstein monster, if I'm to be honest. So, congrats, the movie was finally made, but at what cost? Next.
Over $100 million box office profits. That's the cost.
Yeah, this movie is quite the interesting case study. Like, I will say this. Basically what Jova said. Like, it's a fascinating movie to watch just because of how absolutely bafflingly stupid the script is. There are lines in this movie that flat out make me literally go, did a human actually write this script? And so it does have that going for it. It's not a boring movie. This movie is way too dumb and insane to be boring. So it has that going for it. I will give it that. I will say this: when it comes to bad Ang Lee movies, I'll take this over Hulk any day. Because Hulk is a complete bore fest. This movie, at the very least, can be entertaining if you're in the right mindset. If you know what you're getting into. If you know what you're getting yourself into.
Well, I mean, at least it's not trying to force comic book panel to the scene.
Drips, if you ask me, those shots are the least of that movie's problems. I mean, you keep bringing those up, but honestly, that's not even the worst of that movie's problems.
Well, they're the only parts that stick out about that movie.
I guess it's but no, this movie, unlike his Hulk movie, actually can be entertaining if you're in the right mindset and you know what you're getting yourself into. If you get this is definitely a good movie to watch when you're drunk with friends, definitely. Just because of how dumb some of these lines are.
Hungarians.
So yeah, it does have that going for it. So unlike Book of Eri, the 90s-ness of the script actually does work in its favor sometimes. So there's that. But that's about it, really. Aside from that, it's just a train wreck. This movie does not work in any way, shape, or form. Ugh. Dwebs, close us out so we can go home.
But we are home. But anyway, like you guys said, in addition to that, this movie has some of the worst dialogue I've heard in a recent big-budget blockbuster. Well, supposed to be a blockbuster anyway. I mean, seriously, Hungarians? What else was that?
But don't you see, Dwibs? The past you, he's the mirror you don't want to look into.
And that weird analogy about being pregnant. Like...
Oh
Where did he
boy.
go?
It's like the writer's thought, okay, how many weird out of nowhere lines can I get away with before the editors tell me to knock it off?
But it's not gonna matter. The script's never gonna be made. Oh shit, it was made. Look what happened. Yeah, the actors are trying their best. I mean, I guess when you have a director like Ang Lee, I guess Ang Lee is very good at directing actors.
No,
even
he
if
is.
the scripts he's working with well, bad.
Now, Anglis, if nothing else, is at the very least, for the most part, good at directing actors. I don't know what the hell happened with Eric Bana, but for the most part, he is. Yes.
And some of the and some of the action was silly enough to be enjoyable, but that's also a problem. This is meant to be a serious, gritty movie. Well, not gritty, but you know what I mean. And yet we have scenes like Will Smith getting hit in the face by a motorbike tire, and he doesn't even get a scratch. While by comparison, Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character gets hit in the face with fists, and she's more scarred than Will Smith is. I mean, that'd be like someone getting shot in the face, but having no damage, and yet getting punched in the eye blinds you in that eye with a huge hole in your face permanently. It's strange. In fact, that sums up this movie. This movie's just a strange hodgepodge of a film. It's like, I mean, you've had over 20 years to fix the script's problems, and this is what we get.
That's just the thing. It feels like a lot of times when we get these movies that have been in development hell for so long, they tend to turn out complete train wrecks. There was this, there was Pan, and while it did make money with Avatar, and yeah, maybe it was loved when it first came out, nowadays a lot of people just make fun of Avatar.
Well, Jova, maybe there's a good reason why it took this long for the script to get filmed, because the script was shit.
There's also Book of Henry.
Okay. To be fair, when it comes to Gemini Man, literally the only reason the movie was put off was, I think, because of the effects not being ready back then.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's
Well,
like-
go ahead.
Plus, apparently the script barely resembles the original. Digress. So yeah, that was Gemini Man.
Oh,
It was a
boy.
hodgepodge smorgasbord of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I can only imagine.
Which is
what it
well,
must-
let's at the very least give it that the end result definitely reflects its development period. Its development, or its development history is perfectly reflected in the final movie. So there's
I
that.
guess I can't be too surprised.
All right.
All right, Jova, close us out.
Okay, folks, that was Will Smith's Gemini Man. We laughed, we loved. The movie lost big time.
I wasted £13.
But hey, at least in the end we had fun, and we hope you did too in picking apart this wild ride. Tune in for the next Will Smith Fest, whatever it be it good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see you then.
See ya.